Hello, English learners. Welcome to our office. Before starting, put the auto-generated YouTube subtitles in French or your mother tongue to get everything, and slow down or speed up the pace as needed. If you don't have time to watch it, just listen this video as a podcast while doing something else. Now listen and learn English. The office. It's a place of deadlines, meetings, and, well, sometimes a little bit of drama. Today we're going to meet Mike, a new employee who's causing quite a stir. But don't worry, this isn't your typical office drama. It's a chance for you to learn English in a fun and engaging way. So grab your notebooks and get ready to learn some essential workplace vocabulary and phrases. This is Mike. He's new here. Very new. He's also, how do we say this politely? A bit unbearable. Mike doesn't seem to understand basic office etiquette. He interrupts, ignores instructions, and well, let's just say he's not winning any Employee of the Month awards anytime soon. His co-workers are starting to get frustrated, but they're trying to be polite. After all, it's important to be professional, even when dealing with a Mike. Sarah, a kind and patient colleague, is trying to explain an important task to Mike. She has been working on this project for weeks and knows every detail inside and out. Her goal is to ensure that Mike understands his part in the project, as it is crucial for the upcoming deadline. Sarah takes a deep breath and starts explaining the task step by step, hoping to get through to him. But Mike? He's got other things on his mind. His eyes glaze over as Sarah speaks, and it's clear that his thoughts are miles away. Maybe he's thinking about his weekend plans or the latest episode of his favorite TV show. Whatever it is, it's definitely not the task at hand, like, say, ignoring Sarah and browsing cat videos on his phone. The allure of the internet is too strong, and Mike finds himself scrolling through social media, laughing at memes and watching funny videos. He knows he should be paying attention, but he just can't seem to tear himself away from his phone. Sarah tries again, her voice a mix of forced cheerfulness and rising frustration. She repeats the key points, hoping that something will click for Mike. She knows that if he doesn't understand his part, the whole project could be at risk. Her patience is being tested, but she is determined to get through to him.
Mike, could you please focus for a moment? This task is really important. Sarah's voice takes on a pleading tone as she tries to convey the urgency of the situation. She needs Mike to understand that this isn't just another mundane task. It's something that could impact the entire team.
Mike, with a distracted wave of his hand, dismisses her attempts to communicate. This is not good. His nonchalant attitude is starting to wear on Sarah, and she can feel her frustration building. She wonders if there's any way to get through to him or if she's just wasting her time.
Yeah, I got it. Just send me an email or something. Mike's response is dismissive and lacks any real commitment. He doesn't seem to grasp the importance of the task, and his casual attitude is making things worse. Sarah feels like she's hitting a brick wall.
Sarah's patience is wearing thin, but she tries to keep her cool. She knows that losing her temper won't help the situation, so she takes a deep breath and tries to think of another way to get through to Mike. Maybe a different approach or a more engaging explanation will do the trick. She decides to give it one last shot, hoping that this time, something will finally click for him. Sarah takes a moment to collect her thoughts and then starts again, this time using a different strategy. She tries to relate the task to something Mike is interested in, hoping that it will capture his attention. She explains how his part of the project could lead to exciting opportunities and recognition within the company. This time, Mike shows a glimmer of interest. He puts his phone down and looks at Sarah, finally giving her his full attention. Sarah feels a sense of relief and continues with her explanation, making sure to highlight the benefits and importance of the task. Sarah's persistence seems to be paying off. She can see that Mike is starting to understand the significance of his role in the project. She feels a renewed sense of hope and continues to explain the details, making sure to keep him engaged. Mike nods along, asking questions and showing genuine interest. Sarah is thrilled to see that her efforts are finally making a difference. She answers his questions patiently and provides additional information to ensure he fully understands the task. By the end of their conversation, Sarah feels a sense of accomplishment. She has managed to get through to Mike, and he now understands the importance of the task. She knows that the project is back on track, and she feels confident that they will meet the deadline. With a newfound sense of teamwork, Sarah and Mike start working together on the project. They collaborate and share ideas, making sure that everything is on track. Sarah feels a sense of satisfaction knowing that her persistence has paid off. and that they are now working towards a common goal. The office environment feels more positive and productive as Sarah and Mike work together. Their collaboration sets an example for the rest of the team, showing that with patience and persistence, even the most challenging situations can be overcome. In the next team meeting, Sarah and Mike present their progress to the rest of the team. Their hard work and dedication are evident, and the team is impressed with their efforts. The project is back on track, and everyone feels a renewed sense of motivation. As the project reaches its successful completion, the team celebrates their achievement. Sarah feels a sense of pride knowing that her determination and patience have made a difference. She looks forward to future projects, knowing that with the right approach, any challenge can be overcome. The office environment is now more harmonious, with everyone working together towards common goals. Sarah's experience with Mike has taught her the value of persistence and effective communication. She feels more confident in her ability to handle difficult situations and is ready to take on new challenges. Sarah and Mike continue to work together on future projects, building a strong professional relationship. They have learned to communicate effectively and support each other, making their teamwork more efficient and productive. The entire team feels more motivated and inspired by Sarah and Mike's example. They have seen firsthand how patience and persistence can lead to success, and they are ready to tackle any challenges that come their way. The office is now a place of productivity and collaboration, with everyone working towards common goals. Sarah's experience has shown that with the right approach, even the most difficult situations can be turned around. She feels a sense of accomplishment and looks forward to future projects with confidence. Word of Mike's unique work style starts to spread around the office. John and Emily, two co-workers known for their gossip, can barely contain their amusement.
Have you met Mike?
Yeah, he's something else.
John barely stifles a laugh. Emily shakes her head in disbelief. Little do they know, there's more to Mike's story than meets the eye, and it involves the one person you never want to be on the bad side of in the office, the boss. It's Monday morning. The office is buzzing with activity. Everyone is hard at work. Well, almost everyone. Mike, true to form, is taking a more relaxed approach to the start of the week. He's treating his desk like a beach chair, feet up, enjoying a leisurely cup of coffee. David, responsible and always organized, is in a state of panic. Has anyone seen the quarterly reports? He asks, his voice tight with stress. They were here on my desk. Mike, without looking up from his phone, casually mentions, "Oh yeah, I moved those. They were blocking my view." David stares at Mike, his jaw practically hitting the floor. You what? Ah, the office printer. A source of endless frustration. Today, it seems to be having a particularly bad day. Paper jams, error messages, the whole shebang. Mike, needing to print a very important document, probably a crossword puzzle, pushes his way to the front of the line. The other co-workers exchange exasperated glances. "New guy, huh?" one whispers to another. Lunchtime, or lack thereof. It's lunchtime, a sacred time for relaxation and refueling. Unless you're working with Mike, that is. He's left his lunch on the counter, unwrapped, attracting a swarm of fruit flies. The smell of tuna and old banana fills the air. No one says a word, but the glares directed at Mike speak volumes. Is that the boss's coffee mug? Mike, in a move that can only be described as incredibly bold or incredibly clueless, reaches for a mug on the counter. It's not just any mug. It's the world's best boss mug. The one that belongs to, well, the boss. He takes a large gulp of coffee, completely unaware of the horrified stares from his colleagues. This, dear English learners, is about to get interesting. The art of passive aggression. Mike's co-workers are nothing if not polite. They believe in the power of subtle hints and passive aggression. Sticky notes appear on Mike's desk, reminding him to be mindful of his volume. Emails circulate, subtly suggesting that shared spaces require shared responsibility, especially when it comes to tuna sandwiches. Mike, in his infinite obliviousness, remains completely unfazed. He's a master of ignoring the obvious. It's time for a team meeting. Surely Mike can't ignore the importance of this, right? Wrong. As David attempts to discuss important deadlines and project updates, Mike is, well, let's just say he's not exactly exuding an aura of attentiveness. He's doodling in his notepad, completely zoning out of the conversation. The tension in the room could be cut with a plastic spork from the office kitchen. The office water cooler, a place for hydration, casual conversation, and strategizing how to deal with an unbearable coworker. John, Emily, and Sarah gather, whispering in hushed tones.
He's unbelievable. How can someone be so... Mike?
We need a plan.
The team debates their options. Should they be direct with Mike? Sarah, ever the peacemaker, suggests a gentle approach.
Maybe we can just talk to him?
John, on the other hand, is ready to unleash a torrent of pent-up frustration. Emily nervously suggests they leave anonymous feedback forms in his mailbox. The situation is dire. Just when the team is about to reach peak frustration, a mysterious figure approaches. It's someone from accounting? A shadowy intern? The office ghost? No one is quite sure. They lean in close, their voice barely a whisper. Maybe try talking to him about vintage typewriters? The team stares back, bewildered. Vintage typewriters? What does that even mean? One Friday afternoon, as the work week is winding down, a peculiar scene unfolds near the office snack machine. The hum of the vending machine fills the air, mingling with the soft chatter of employees eager to start their weekend. The break room, usually a place of quick exchanges and hurried snacks, has become the stage for an unexpected event. Mike, surprisingly engaged in a conversation, is not his usual disruptive self. Known for his boisterous personality and tendency to dominate discussions, Mike is now a picture of attentiveness. His usual loud laughter and over-the-top gestures are replaced with nods of agreement and genuine smiles. It's a side of Mike that few have seen, and it's catching the attention of everyone around. He's actively listening, even laughing along with the other person. The sound of his laughter, usually a signal for others to brace themselves for a loud and possibly inappropriate joke, is now a harmonious addition to the conversation. His eyes, often darting around the room looking for the next person to entertain, are focused and engaged. It's as if he's a different person altogether. This alone is enough to pique the curiosity of the nearby co-workers, but what truly sends shockwaves through the office is the identity of the individual Mike is conversing with so casually. Whispers ripple through the room as more and more people notice the scene unfolding. Heads turn and eyes widen in disbelief. The break room, once a mundane part of their daily routine, has become the epicenter of office gossip. It's none other than the boss, the man himself, usually seen in his formal attire, now sporting a more relaxed look and a disarmingly warm smile. The boss, known for his stern demeanor and no-nonsense attitude, is laughing and chatting with Mike as if they were old friends. His suit and tie replaced with a casual shirt and jeans, he looks almost unrecognizable. The transformation is startling, and it leaves the employees buzzing with speculation. The sight of the boss in such a relaxed state, engaging in a friendly conversation with Mike, is a stark contrast to his usual image. It's a moment that breaks the monotony of the workday and gives everyone something to talk about. The employees exchange glances, their minds racing with questions. What could have brought about this change? Is there something they don't know? The air is thick with curiosity and excitement. As the conversation between Mike and the boss continues, the rest of the office slowly returns to their tasks, but the buzz of the encounter lingers. The break room, now a place of intrigue, has given the employees a story to share and speculate about. The mundane routine of the work week has been disrupted by this unexpected event, leaving everyone with a sense of anticipation for what might happen next. As the day comes to an end and employees begin to leave the office, the story of Mike and the boss's chance encounter spreads. It's a tale that will be recounted over the weekend, a topic of conversation at dinner tables and social gatherings. The office, usually a place of routine and predictability, has been transformed by this simple yet profound moment. And as the sun sets on this Friday, the employees leave with a sense of wonder. eager to see what the next week will bring. The office, usually abuzz with the clatter of keyboards and hushed phone calls, falls strangely silent. Eyes dart back and forth between Mike and the boss, eyebrows raised in disbelief, jaws dropping silently. The whispers begin, soft at first, then gaining momentum like a runaway train. Is that Mike with the boss? They seem friendly? What's going on? Speculation runs rampant, theories ranging from maybe Mike is a secret genius in disguise to perhaps they're long-lost relatives to the more plausible yet still baffling, is Mike related to someone important? Like, really important? Monday morning arrives, and with it the dread of facing another week of Mike's antics. The office is abuzz with the usual chatter, the hum of computers starting up and the clatter of keyboards. Employees shuffle in, some with coffee in hand, others still shaking off the weekend lethargy. The atmosphere is a mix of resignation and routine as everyone braces themselves for the week ahead. Mike, known for his unpredictable behavior and knack for stirring up trouble, is already at his desk, a mischievous glint in his eye. His co-workers exchange wary glances, silently hoping to avoid becoming the target of his latest prank or outburst. However, nothing could have prepared the co-workers for what unfolds next. The usual Monday morning routine is abruptly shattered by an unexpected turn of events. Conversations halt mid-sentence and all eyes turn towards the entrance as a palpable tension fills the air. The office, usually a predictable environment, is suddenly charged with an electric sense of anticipation. Whispers ripple through the room, and the collective curiosity of the employees is piqued. What could possibly be happening to cause such a stir? The answer, as it turns out, is more shocking than anyone could have imagined. The boss, in his usual Monday meeting attire of power suits and an air of authority, strides confidently into the office. His presence commands attention, and the room falls silent as he makes his way through the rows of desks. The boss is a figure of both respect and intimidation, known for his no-nonsense approach and high expectations. His arrival is always a signal that the week is officially underway, and everyone straightens up, ready to present their best selves. But today, there's something different in his demeanor, a subtle shift that doesn't go unnoticed by the observant employees. But instead of heading straight for his private domain, he pauses by Mike's desk, a gesture that in itself is enough to send tremors through the office. The boss rarely deviates from his routine, and this unexpected stop is a clear indication that something significant is about to happen. Mike looks up, surprise and apprehension flickering across his face. The entire office holds its breath, the tension mounting with each passing second. What could the boss possibly want with Mike? The question hangs in the air, heavy with implications. What happens next confirms everyone's worst fears and throws the entire office dynamic into utter chaos. The boss, known for his stern and often distant demeanor, does something completely out of character. He reaches out and claps Mike on the shoulder, a gesture so casual, so familiar, that it speaks volumes about their relationship. The office erupts into a flurry of whispers and exchange glances, the shockwaves of this revelation rippling through the room. How could Mike, the office troublemaker, have such a close connection with the boss? The implications are staggering, and the employees are left reeling, trying to make sense of this new reality. The boss claps Mike on the shoulder, a gesture so casual, so familiar, that it speaks volumes about their relationship. It's a moment that changes everything, shattering preconceived notions and forcing everyone to reevaluate their understanding of office dynamics. The boss's unexpected show of camaraderie with Mike suggests a deeper, more complex relationship than anyone had previously imagined. As the initial shock begins to wear off, the employees are left with a myriad of questions. What does this mean for the future? How will this revelation impact the office hierarchy? And most importantly, what other secrets might be lurking beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered? The office, once a place of routine and predictability, has been irrevocably altered, and nothing will ever be the same again. The office becomes a minefield of awkward encounters and forced pleasantries. Mike, emboldened by his newfound status as the boss's favorite, seems to have doubled down on his disruptive behavior. He interrupts important meetings with irrelevant anecdotes, ignores deadlines with impunity, and treats the office like his personal playground. The co-workers, now caught in a web of fear and uncertainty, are torn between maintaining their sanity and avoiding the wrath of the seemingly untouchable Mike. The once efficient and relatively harmonious workplace is now in disarray. Deadlines are missed, projects are delayed, and the morale has plummeted to an all-time low. The whispers haven't stopped, they've intensified, now laced with a mixture of frustration, envy, and a touch of morbid fascination. The question on everyone's mind is, how do we deal with Mike now? The answer, unfortunately, seems as elusive as ever. The office has become a pressure cooker, and something's gotta give. The clock strikes 5, signaling the end of another grueling workday. But instead of rushing for the exits, a sense of urgency hangs in the air. In a dimly lit corner of the office, a group of determined individuals huddle together, their faces illuminated by the faint glow of a laptop screen. This is it, the moment they take back control. They're calling it Operation Handle Mike. The fate of the office depends on it. Ideas are thrown around, each more outlandish than the last. John, never one to shy away from a dramatic solution, suggests a strategically placed bucket of water above Mike's desk. Emily, always the voice of reason, or at least slightly less chaos, proposes an intervention. Sarah, ever optimistic, tries to find the good in Mike.
Maybe he just needs a hug?
She suggests, earning her a chorus of bewildered stares. Just when all hope seems lost, Sarah remembers the cryptic advice from the mysterious figure from accounting.
Vintage typewriters? What does that even mean?
She asks, her voice a mix of confusion and desperation. John, midway through sketching a detailed diagram of his water bucket contraption, pauses.
Wait a minute. I think I might know someone who collects those things.
The team springs into action, their spirits lifted by a renewed sense of purpose. John, utilizing his vast network of acquaintances, mostly from online forums dedicated to obscure hobbies, manages to secure a rare, beautifully restored vintage typewriter. Sarah, ever the master of detail, decorates Mike's desk with a delicate butterfly figurine, knowing his fondness for the creatures. Emily, the resident tech whiz, rigs a hidden Bluetooth speaker, ready to play Mike's favorite classical music, apparently it's Beethoven, at a moment's notice. Will it work? The moment of truth? The stage is set. The office holds its collective breath. Mike arrives, his usual boisterous entrance replaced by an uncharacteristic silence. His eyes land on the vintage typewriter, a flicker of something akin to wonder crossing his face. The soft strains of Beethoven fill the air. The moment of truth has arrived. A new rhythm. The transformation of Mike. The effect is immediate. Mike, usually the epicenter of office chaos, is captivated. He runs his fingers over the typewriter's keys, a sense of awe washing over him. He begins to type, the rhythmic clatter of the keys a surprisingly soothing sound in the otherwise silent office. The co-workers exchange surprised glances. Is this peace? Could it be that Mike, the Unbearable, has finally found his calling, in the form of a 100-year-old machine? Lessons learned. More than just English. The office, once on the brink of utter pandemonium, settles into a new rhythm. Mike, while still a bit eccentric, is no longer the disruptive force he once was. He's discovered a passion, a way to channel his energy that doesn't involve interrupting meetings with off-topic trivia about his pet iguana, Sparky. The experience serves as a valuable lesson for everyone. Sometimes dealing with difficult people requires a bit of creativity, a touch of understanding, and perhaps a vintage typewriter. Until next time, the importance of understanding. And so, our tale of the unbearable employee comes to a close. We've learned some essential English vocabulary, explored the complexities of office dynamics, and discovered that even the most challenging situations can have surprisingly heartwarming resolutions. Remember, English learners, communication is key, even when it involves charades, cryptic advice from mysterious figures, and a shared appreciation for the lost art of typewriting. Until next time, keep practicing your English and remember, every workplace has its own unique cast of characters. Embrace the chaos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video for another catching story.